All right, here we are rolling up to the neighborhood, pulling up to Abe's house. The fabulous, historic Rockford Lincoln Middle School was built in 1927, I believe, making it 98 years old. And we're gonna park in one of my favorite spots. It's about 7 a.m. and I'm one of the first ones here, so I always get to park wherever I want. We're gonna tour Lincoln Middle School today on this, my last day at Lincoln. All right, we are gonna enter the building today through the fabulous Wilson Music Annex. Door K. Oh yeah. I'm sure I'm looking beautiful today, I know, Rockford. This is one of the music rooms. I don't know if we can get in it or not. We do not have the right key. Yeah, I don't have the right key to this door either. Okay, well, in here would be the music room. The fabulous, notorious Mr. Johnsen Experience rock and roll band used to practice in that room. I don't know if the band annex is an add-on. I don't think it is, because in the basement of the band annex is the boiler room. So we're going down the stairs in the annex. It's a two-room building. Down these stairs here would be the boiler room. We're not going to go in there. If I don't have keys to the music room, then I probably don't have keys to the boiler room either. This hallway is affectionately known as the tunnel. It leads from the band annex to the main building. It's being restored, I think, right now. There is this beautiful sign out here that I hope is still here. Parking reserved for Mr. Stalter and Mr. Pickering. This is the alley behind the school. Here we have the wrestling room, which is also locked and which also has a different key. This goes back a ways and is used as an auxiliary gym sort of thing. Here we also have a restricted area, also known as the tunnel for some reason. Here we have the fitness room. When I started here, it was a computer lab for tech ed. All right, in the basement of the fabulous, historic Rockford Lincoln Middle School, your boy Mr. Johnsen, touring you through the school, math teacher extraordinaire. Here we have a stairwell and an exit, and you'll notice the woodwork on the banisters and whatnot, whatever they're called, handrails. All part of the beautiful architecture of the school. The floors are all tiled in. Not a lot going on in the basement, usually and hopefully. Here we have the entrance to the school in the basement. This is the first door I would have walked in the spring of 2006 to enter the school for the first time, to be interviewed by Principal Mike Valentine and Jason Gray. This is the boys' locker room. For obvious reasons, we're not going to go into the girls' locker room today. I don't know if we're going to get into the pool room, and if we don't, that's fine. Oh, the pool is closed. Look at that. Oh, the pool is not locked. Okay, well, I'm glad there's a guardrail. So here is the fabulous, historic Lincoln pool. Small, shallow, whatever. It's probably only like the third time in 19 years that I've been in the pool room, but need to show it to you. I like the glass bricks. PE office, one of a few PE offices, I think. I've had a cold all week or a flu or something. I've been sick as a dog, so I sound like hell. But on my very last day here, it would not be unfitting to film for you. There's mosaics in every drinking fountain, even the stairwells. I mean, they're old, they're 100 years old, but the tile work is all pretty beautiful. The windows in the whole building are pretty beautiful. These might be replacement doors here, like fire doors or something, because they might have been wood 100 years ago, I don't know. Here's the first floor. We're gonna go into the Ben Newson gym if it's unlocked. And it is. Look at that. The fabulous historic Lincoln Gymnasium, ladies and gentlemen. 2 balconies. Beautiful wood floor, was redone a few years ago. I've been in here way too many times and I don't want to cry today. So let's go. Each classroom used to have the painted number right here and had a sign with that class title or name. A lot of those are missing at this point because it's just, it's getting old. Oh, we missed a drinking fountain. Dare I miss a drinking fountain? Oh. Dedication. Here we have Hogwarts Castle, of course. These are all over the building. You take it for granted. How beautiful it is sometimes. Here we have some Lincoln capstone winners, people who've gone to Lincoln and gone on to do great things, and we're honored for doing so. Really spectacular. Here we have the Black Pearl drinking fountain. I think I took about 10 years worth of Student of the Month photos in front of those drinking fountain mosaics. Here's the main office, the main vestibule, all the work done here well, it's beautiful. Can't lie to you. Here we have the front door, is not really used as a main entrance anymore, but front door is out to Charles Street if you drive by. These columns that you see, this is it. This is the guy. Congratulations to our 8th graders and good luck in high school. Look at that. Here's our main staff entrance. I probably walked in that door almost every day for 19 years. My personal favorite capstone award, Mr. Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick, who I've had the honor of meeting basically through Lincoln Middle School. If I didn't work here, I never would have met him. Well, not never, but there it is. Here we have one of my old classrooms when I taught 8th grade math for about 3 or 4 years. This was my classroom. It's not my classroom anymore. I liked this classroom because I could park right there and I could just see where I had parked. Now it's Miss Chamberlain's room. So shout out to Miss Chamberlain. This is the end entrance here. Goes out to the old neighborhood. We're in the fabulous, historic Lincoln Auditorium Theater. A beautiful old stage with beautiful old stage rigging. I have clowned around on this stage more often than I care to admit, all in the name of rock and roll, all in the name of, I don't know, being great. Ticket office back there. I don't think it's ever used as a ticket office. Fire escape stairwells going down from the library, as well as a bit of a balcony. We're not going to go on the balcony today. Probably a little hole right there by the clock that used to be used for, I don't know, a light or projection or something. I will have to say that one of the biggest perks of working at this school for 20 years, well, 19, look at me rounding up for no reason, is that it's one of the most beautiful buildings in the city. And we're out. And now we really are going to the second floor. Again, I apologize for my illness. Here's the factory. I think they build doll houses or something. Something beautiful. Second floor. I bet you I missed a drinking fountain on the first floor, didn't I? Here we have a windmill. And we're on the second floor. Second floor, somewhat uneventful, but interesting enough, my very first classroom here at Lincoln was on the second floor. Once a logger. Once a logger, always a logger. Here we have another mosaic. And yeah, it's 100 years old, so it's worn. But nothing wrong with that. I think these fire doors were added later. I don't always know what this was. Some kind of bank. Obviously, they had different career things. This was my classroom for about 3 years. 225, 7th grade math. That's my cabinet. I put that mirror there. Look at that. That's all me. Now it's one of the principal's offices. So they're collecting Chromebooks and stuff for the end of the year. So it's a little bit beat up now. But yep, this was home for a couple of years when I taught 7th grade. I'm gonna keep going. Another drinking fountain mosaic. Okay, let's try this bathroom. I think this bathroom is going to be a lot more fancy looking. And when I say that, I mean it's still a bathroom. So what we have here is the Cheap Trick checkerboard tile going around the things. Still beautiful woodworking within the bathroom. Obviously, it's been retrofitted to hell, but they really built it. Again, we have the signs on the doors that say sometimes what class it is or was. Some of those have been lost over the years, but there we are. All right, we're coming up on, this was my very first classroom, my very first year here at Lincoln. Room 204. 6th grade math. And boy, did the helicopter fly by to get to the hospital more times than would disrupt class. And PE would be out here and they'd be screaming and recess. And there's Jason Gray soccer field right there. Jason Gray soccer field, beautiful soccer field. Best soccer field in the city. Yeah, one of my heating registers leaked, and so it was always hissing. But It's my very first classroom. And holds value for that reason. All right. Each floor has 4 mosaic drinking fountains, except for the basement, I think only has 1. But here we have a tree. And here, if you look out, we have the Swedish American UW hospital. I think my mom was in there having her hip replaced, and I was able to just, before that fence was there, I was just able to walk over here and visit her on my lunch. Let's try something real quick. Second floor, baby. All right. Here's the gym from the balcony view. This is not the balcony that's used. This is the balcony that remains pretty vacant. Sometimes they use that balcony though to house the home team. Like if varsity's playing a game, the JV kids will sit on the balcony, and they've put a larger railing up for that reason. Let's march on up to the 3rd floor for our last hurrah. Four stairwells, sorry, door slammed. 4 stairwells, all 3 floors parallel to each other. Just a really beautiful symmetrical building. Here we have the Lincoln, well, we're on the 3rd floor, of course, and the beautiful historic Lincoln cafeteria. I bet you this cafeteria has fed 1 million students. Good morning. Here we have fire escape stairwells. There's the banners out front that you see out front when you're out front school. What is on? Yeah, I'm on 3rd floor. That's a good look on 3rd floor. Again. So this was my 2nd classroom at Lincoln Middle School, room 303. I taught 6th grade math in this room for 1 year, and it's basically right above my first classroom, which was 204. So this is 303. Now it's a tutoring room. It's one of the few sort of empty classrooms in the school, but there it is. Morning, Jamie. At the 3rd floor hallway. The stair vestibules are a little different on the 3rd floor. Maybe the classroom, or the hallway might be a little narrower. I don't know for sure. If I knew, I'd tell you. Maybe we're going to the teacher lounge. When I was a kid, I used to think the teacher lounge was where it all happened. But it's really just a refrigerator and a pop machine, a couple comfy chairs, a couch and 2 more comfy chairs, and a computer you could use. Oh, and a microwave, and a beautiful view of the great city of Rockford. Copy machine, and a bathroom. That's the luxurious life of your boy, humble servant, Mr. Johnsen. I skipped at least 4 drinking fountain mosaics. Oh, and here I said, oh, here, see, it says ceramics. Like there was a ceramics class, home ec, things like that. Here we have a bear, big old bear. I'll pet that dog. We, of course, now have digital clocks. But there it is. For about 10 years here at Lincoln, for about 10 years, this was my classroom. Room 313. Now it's another principal's office, but this was notorious for being the hottest room in the building because it's on the south side, and the afternoon western sun just blared on this room. It was miserable, but it was home. The door wasn't there. There's an air conditioning duct. Of course, there's no air conditioning in this class. We have these beautiful cabinets because I think at one point it was a sewing room. But when you see Coach Johnsen sticker, GNR sticker, Spock sticker, Gibson guitar sticker, Rick Nielsen sticker, mathematical stickers, you know who put those there. You know who put those there, Lincoln. Don't kid yourself. All right, we are wrapping up our tour. Maybe not saving the best for last. I don't know for sure. Here we have another mosaic of Little Red Riding Hood. The Lincoln Library, which is locked, and we don't have the right key. Well, that was uneventful. I'm going to go get the right key because we will be touring the library. We'll be back. All right, we got the right key for the library. Making an old guy like me walk around. Now this is the part of the video. If you're here for the beautiful architecture of a historic, beautiful old building, you can fast forward just a little bit because I'm gonna reflect, not trying to cry. But I think I've taught with about 200 teachers here at Lincoln, and I love you all. And I think I've had well over 2,000 students, maybe 3,000, somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000. And if you're one of them, I hope you're out there living your best life. Even sorry, I don't even notice that I say these things, but the ceilings even in just the hallway have, I don't know, beautiful detail. So we get the right key. This was my very first classroom key. What's up, Bill? Good God, cell phone camera footage could never do it justice. We have the skylight. We have, hold on. Again, a beautiful view of Rockford. Here's my peace pole. Couple offices within the library. There are little offices and closets hidden throughout the school. We didn't really talk about that, but like here's an old wooden bookshelf built into the wall. Each of these library offices have bookcases in them and things like that. This would be a stairwell going down to the auditorium balcony. Here we have a view of the Lincoln football field and the neighborhood. Oh, and then we have some counseling offices right here. But the paint work and it's all good stuff. If you ever get a chance to tour it in person, highly recommend it. We got one more place to be, and we're done. Same hallway. You've already filmed this hallway. All right, we just warped through the third floor hallway. Took my old self a solid 2 minutes to do that, but we didn't need to film it again. So this is my current classroom, my classroom for the last 2 years. Teaching 6th grade math yet again. The woodworking around the doors. Oh, and I mean even the classroom doors. Good God. One of the first things I noticed when I moved into this school, we have a closet built in here. You know, it's old stuff, but it's great. You know, you even got a wood stripe going there. Cabinets and stuff built in back here. This is one of the biggest rooms in the school. So I'm not gonna lie, like all the rooms are like this. But this has been my room, my view for the last 2 years. Very similar to the view I had in 313. But you know, when an ambulance goes by, you know it, but you get to look out at the beautiful city of Rockford and see it. This is an older teacher desk. I don't know if it's an original one. I assume it can't be. That's too much to ask. So we're signing off. Lincoln Middle School tour. I hope you like the tour. Feel free to comment below respectfully. After 19 years, it's my last day. The legendary, one and only Mr. Johnsen, bringing you the tour. See ya.